Hi, so today we're going to understand how you can find average of numbers in Notion. So currently we have this kind of sales database in a Notion which has all the properties like the date, the product, the category, the quantity, the revenue, and other things. Okay. So I'm looking to find the average value of this revenue numbers that you have over here and put it onto a second database in Notion. Now Notion on its own has inbuilt formulas added, but it is a little bit complicated to understand at times. And you can see we can already see the average over here, right? But what if I wanted to put it on a different database? So how exactly are we going to do that? We're going to use an external tool for that purpose. And today I'm going to show you, we're going to calculate three things from this database. The first is the average sales revenue. That is this number that you see over here. Then we're going to find the average sales revenue only for the March month. So we're defining an added condition of only specifying for March month. And finally, we have the average sales revenue for the software category that you see over here. So we have a category column, and I'm going to want to go with the software category, and only for the first quarter. So that means only for Jan, Feb, and March. So we have two more conditions added over here. We're going to put it on a second database, which we'll be seeing in a short while, and we will learn how to do that. Okay, so it's basically like calculating average if, and average ifs that you have in Excel. Okay, we're going to implement that in Notion. For this, we'll be using an external tool known as MyFormulaGen. So first of all, head over to myformulagen.com and log in over here and create an account. Once you log in, you will be able to see this kind of interface on your screen, which is visible. So the very first thing which we need to do is we need to fetch the database URL from where we're going to calculate all the values. So if you see, we have this database created inline over here. You can have a database like this, or maybe you can have a database like this. So if you have like in this format, click on this and you will be able to enter the database inside. Click on copy from this and put the URL over here. Okay. Another way to do that is also you can put this database as an inline database and click on this and click on copy link. It will also get the link of the database. Once that is done, the second step is click on settings and you need to add an API key. This API key is confidential and only for your use case. It will not be shared with other users. Click on get API key and it will redirect you to an API page where you can create your own API key. I've already created two API keys beforehand. Click on this new integration, define a name. So it's like my API key, something like this. And then you can go with defining the workspace. So this is the accountant guy workspace, which I'm currently using, and click on save. That's it. Once you do this, you will be able to see an API key created for a use case. Okay, click on that and you will be able to see this internal integration secret. Click on show, it will showcase the entire API key for you. Okay, you need to copy this value and you need to paste that over here and click on save changes. Okay, but since I've already created an API key beforehand, I'm not going to use this API key. Rather, I will use this my formula gen API key which I've created for my reference. Okay, and I've put the same API key value over here. Click on save settings. So once that API key is created, go back to that page where the database is created, and inside that page, click on these three dots and click on connections and just connect to that particular API key. So once you type out the API keys, in my case, it's like my formula gen, you're able to see the API key come up over here. So let me like disconnect this. So I will be able to show you. Now you can see that key coming up over here, right? Click on this, click on confirm. Now your entire page is connected with that API key. And inside this page, we have this database that is visible. So the database is also connected by default. Okay. So make sure you follow this approach because we need to connect this database to proceed further. And after this, once the connections are set up, you can define your custom formulas inside this to get the desired values. So how will we do that? First thing is we are looking to find the average of sales revenue. This means we are looking to find the average of the revenue column. So this is the revenue column, and we're looking to find the average of that. So if you go over here, we can remove this second condition which we do not need right now. So click on this, and over here you can just click and put average, and it will show the average operation. We're going to find the average of revenue, right? So I'll just select revenue, and we're considering all the rows. All the rows means it will consider all the rows from start till the end. Okay, if you want to, let's say, only stick with first five rows, you can define it in a range over here. Okay, or if you want to find the average of, let's say, first row, second row, and seventh row, you can define custom rows. You can go with odd rows, even rows. You have all options available, but I'll go with all rows. I'll click on calculate, and now it is showing me the exact result of the average. So it is 702, which is also visible over here, right? So, but what if we want to put this on a Notion database inside this Notion page? How exactly are we going to do that? So for this, I will create a database over here. So I just click on plus, I'll choose database inline as it is visible. I'll rename this to, let's say, db underscore summary, and I'll put hide title. And what I'll do is I will create a value column over here which will store the values that will generate. Okay, so this average values and all the things that we're going to generate. Let me put it in number format. Okay, let me rename this to summary. Okay, so now we have second database created. So what I can do is I will just click on the six dots, click on copy link. The second database link is copied, and I will simply put that link over here. But before that, let me create a row as well where I want to save the database. So I will just create a new page. So it's like average sales revenue, right? I've created a new row over here. So let me click on. So now once this database is created, let me click on add to Notion, and it is asking for the second database which you want to give over here where you want to save the value. So we need, this is the second database, and I've already copied the link. Paste the database link over here, and you will able to see it creates it reads the column and the rows. Okay, so I want to save it under the column of value, and for the row average sales revenue, right? So I'll select value and select average sales revenue. And once I click on save to Notion, this value will get saved on this particular database. As you can see, this value has been updated over here. But now I need to save this formula for future use case. So what if I update all these values? So we need to save the formula to use it for the future purpose. So let me save the formula, define a name. So it's like revenue average, and click on save. And thus the formula has been saved over here inside the saved formulas. Okay. So now if you update any value, so let's say I'm updating this to maybe 10, and I'm updating this to maybe, let's say, 170. You can see the new average is 206, right? But it is still showing the old average. For this, just click on saved formulas, and you can see the formula showing up over here. If you click on refresh all, it will refresh all the formulas that you will have created one below the other. But I want to target this particular formula which I created. Okay, so click on this refresh formula, and it will refresh this value with the new number. So it will just show 206 or maybe 205 since it's rounded down. So it is showing 205. So with the new average is updated. Okay, so every time you make changes over here, you need to refresh this once so that the new values get updated onto your database. So this is how we completed the very first objective. We found the average of the sales revenue without going into complications of using Notion formulas at all. Okay, just simply define the condition and the database, set up the API, and you are done. That's how we calculate. Okay, make sure to save the formula for future use case. So now what going to do is we're going to find the average sales revenue for March month. So here we have an extra condition defined. We're only looking for the March month, and we're targeting only these three rows for the March month. Okay. So what I can do is I will create a new formula for here for this purpose. But let me copy this database URL because we're going to need it for the new formula. Click on new formula. So everything is reset. Put the database link, and now let me find the average of revenue for all the rows considered, where the date field. So we have this date field over here, where the date field start date is in between. So we have a lot of options like is before, is after, and all these things available. So start date is between, and we can define a start date. So it's like March 1 till 31st of March, because we're targeting only for the month of March, right? So we have defined the date condition to be in between 1st of March and 31st of March, and we are looking to find the average of all the rows. Let me calculate, and it will showcase 362, which you can populate in a new row. Okay, so I'll just add a new row. So it is like average sales revenue March 2025, right? So I will update that value over here. So again, I'll go with add to Notion. I'll copy this database link, put it over here, and this time I'll select the value column, but for the row I'll go with the March 2025. Click on save to Notion, and you can see it automatically populates over here. Okay, so for only the March month, the average is 362. If you want to confirm, we can go with the filter over here. Like we can choose for March 1 till uh, okay, let me just put March 1 till March 31st. Okay, so this will be is between. We're going to put March 1 till March 31st. And you can see the average is showing 362, which is populated over here as well, right? So this has been updated. And similarly, I'm going to save this. So this is revenue March 2025, average revenue March 2025, right? Click on save, and now you will able to see that come up over here as well. So I can target specific formulas, or I can click on refresh all. It will refresh all the formulas. But let us go ahead with the last formula, and then we'll look into the refresh option. So this is done. Let me copy this link once again. Let me click on new formula, because now we're going to target the last part. So this is done. Let me strike it out. We're going to find the average of sales revenue for software category for quarter one. So we have two conditions. One is the software category and one is the date field. Okay. So I'll just put that link over here, and I'll first look for average of revenue for all the rows, where the date field, start date, is between, and we'll again put like 1st of March till 31st of March. And we need an and condition because we are going to target the software category. And I'll click on plus, click on choose the category column. Category column is software. Great. Okay. So if you see over here, the category is software, which we have put over here, and the date is from 1st of March. Okay, so we needed this from 1st of Jan till 1st of March. My mistake, because we're looking for the entire quarter, right? So this is like Q1. So Jan 1 till March 31st. So this is Jan 1 till March 31st, and we need a software. So let us click on calculate, and now it is showing 458. Okay, how exactly we got the value? So let us put a filter again. So this will be like for software, and let us again put a filter for the month. So I'll put a filter. Start date is between 1st of March till 31st of March. So you see the average is 458, which is also coming up the same over here, right? So, but we need to generate that onto the second database over here, right? So let me unfilter. So here I'll put average sales uh, March 2025 software, something like this. Okay. So I'll go ahead with copying this database link. Click on add to Notion, put the database link, select the value column, go with the last option. That is the software part. Click on save to Notion. It will update the value over here. So let us wait a few seconds as it is updating. So now you can see the value got updated. Okay. Let me save the formula again. So it is like, let me keep it short, March 2025 software. Okay. Click on save. So now we have three formulas defined, which solves it on purpose. What if we change the values right now? Okay, so let me put, maybe let's say 1000, so this is like 2000, this is like 3000. So all the numbers have kind of updated, right? So we have the new average of 1755. So let us click on refresh all, and you can see all the numbers will get updated as per the new conditions. So 1755 started showing for the average sales revenue, and for the March month it is 2000, and for the software also it will update. Let's wait for a while as it is checking the values. So you can see for the software also it is showing 2000, right? Great. So with this setup, you can simply create formulas in here, save the formulas, and click on refresh all once you update the values over here, and everything else will be updated over here. In this demonstration, I created one database. You can go with multiple databases and define your own ways of how you want to present the data, but it's still the same. So you just need to copy the link of the second database, put it over here, and click on refresh. So I hope this demonstration was helpful to you in any means. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at notionformyuse@gmail.com. This is where I can assist you on this. And let me meanwhile strike it out because we have completed. And this gives you a lot of flexibility, like you can calculate a lot of stuff. Okay, so currently I just showcase the average value. I've already created a video on some part. You can check it out in the playlist. We have all the options like count and all these things that is defined in Excel. We have these things defined, and you can look into this. Okay, and the key thing is you need to select for all rows. If you change to custom rows or range, it will automatically give you different results. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.